This right here is an iPhone 6, and I'm gonna be attempting to downgrade this thing because I like downgrading phones. I just do. Here's the thing. I have downgraded really cool devices before. The iPhone 8, 5, 4, all those are genuinely possible to downgrade. This guy currently is not rated as possible to downgrade. There is indeed, if you go onto the web browser, you have list of downgradable devices iOS. There we go. Downgradable and dual boot status of almost all iOS. Yeah, that. Okay. This basically is some dude who basically is just making a giant list of all the phones that are possible to downgrade currently, which is kind of cool. The iPhone 6 has the A8 chip. So if we go here, you'll see A7 and A8 have iOS 12.5.7 as the latest version. That is indeed true. 12.5.7. So, latest iOS version. You can downgrade as low as 11.3. Well, I want to go to 10 with future restore if you have SHSH blobs. You can downgrade with SHSH blobs using legacy iOS kit. I don't have SHSH blobs. And if you're wondering what those are, basically they're little files that allow you to install an operating system. Speaking of which, let me just be clear with something real quick. The reason this is so difficult, unlike, you have Windows 7, 8, 10, 11, and you can just kind of pick whichever one you want and install it. Same with Mac OS. The latest ones are Monterey, Ventura, Sonoma, Sequoia, Tahoe. You can kind of just pick any of the ones you want and install them. Not the same with an iPhone. Because Apple's constantly trying to improve the security of iPhone, and so they have to continually update it, and for the user's safety or whatever, they won't let you go back because supposedly they're not as secure as the newer operating systems. But people like me, I'm not pouring my life into this particular phone. I just want to downgrade it just for fun. Apple's not going to let me do that, of course, so I gotta get creative and figure out how to do it myself. And according to this, it's impossible. Good! This should be a fun video. So, I didn't realize this at the time, but what I was getting ready to do was about to turn into a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I've never seen this in my entire life. What? What in the world? Just wait. The only piece of software that has claimed that I can do this is this weird thing here called Semaphorin. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce that. If it's not, I apologize. I tried my best. This is just a command script or whatever that you have to punch in a bunch of codes and supposedly it works. I haven't gotten it to work once, so we're gonna try something different. Instead of Semaphorin, we're gonna try and use the Semaphorin app, which is essentially the exact same thing, just a GUI model. Okay, so we're just gonna pop this in the dock. Semaphorin, here we go. Semaphorin cannot be opened because the developer cannot be verified. Okay. Here we go. This looks very similar to Checkra 1in. I'm trying to figure out who stole from who here. Connected. iPhone 7 II. This is an iPhone 6, not an iPhone 7. Oh, that's the model identifier. Isn't that confusing? It's an iPhone 6, but the identifier is 7 II. Whatever. Made by Minky, Nathan, Zap, Lucar, Nov, Devor, Beast Network, John Doe, 123 to Real Clarity, and some other people. Okay, options. Let's see. That's not a very creative amount of options here. Alright, hit restore. It literally just opened up terminal. Password. I didn't need my password. Oh, this phone literally just went into recovery mode. Press any key when ready for DFU mode. Okay. Device entered DFU with exclamation point. Is that good? What is the iOS version that you are trying to restore using our script? I want to do 10.3.3 because this is an OTA operating system, which stands for something, I can't remember, basically meaning that it's easier to downgrade to than other devices. So there we go. Okay, running on dialing. Please install macOS High Sierra, Mojave, or Catalina to continue if possible. This is macOS Big Sur. Okay, so macOS Catalina and macOS Big Sur are basically the exact same operating system, just with two interfaces that are a little different. So we're going to try anyway. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't work, we can do something else. Why not? Oh, I think it's actually downloading the operating system. Please enter the iOS version that is currently installed on your device. 12.5.7. Alrighty, it says 100% and isn't doing anything at all. Aha, restore. Yeah, that's a good word, I think. You may need to unplug and replug your cable. Would you like to? Sure. Unplug and replug the end of your cable that is attached to your Mac and press the enter key on your keyboard. And enter. Waiting 10 seconds before continuing. Bro, I already did it. You don't have to wait 10 seconds. Alright, found the USB handle. Good. Good. Do it. Do it quickly. Yes! We got text. We got text on the screen. Haha. That is 1000% the RAM disk. Good. We need to unplug and reboot. I just did, so no. The device should now reboot into recovery. PLS wait. I'm gonna assume that means please. This isn't recovery. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go into DFU mode myself. Alright. Device entered DFU. You may need to unplug. How many times is it gonna take? This time I'll actually do it. Now I gotta wait a very annoying 10 seconds. It's now sending the second RAM disk. If you guys don't know what that term RAM disk is, basically it's the terminal for iPhone. So essentially you can type out a whole bunch of commands and do cool things on the iPhone. It's pretty awesome actually. You may need to unplug. No, I do not want to do that. I literally just did it. Failed to delete file system. Successfully deleted file system. This may take up to 10 minutes. What is it doing? Oh, uploading private temporary Semaphorin iPhone 720 x 700 10.3.3 os.dmg. Oh, so it's restoring. Well, that's the furthest I've ever gotten. All the other times it just failed before it even got to this point. Something tells me we're gonna be waiting here for a long time. So I am gonna give you guys a little bit of information real quick. What exactly is Semaphorin doing to this phone? Well, with these old phones, you could actually indeed work them like a computer. Basically, if you have a hard drive, imagine it kind of like a pie, you can do what's called partition a hard drive. In other words, divide it up into little smaller pieces of the pie. Essentially what's going on is the operating system that is currently on this phone, 12.5.5, it's moving into its own little pie, partition in this case. And then it's creating a whole new section of the pie, or a whole new partition, and uploading my downgraded operating system, 10.3.3. So then I've got two operating systems on this phone. So basically what happens, it starts to turn on, it uses all the information from 12.5.5, and then boots into 10.3.3. Alright, the iPhone did indeed reboot when I was doing that entire explanation, so that is good. Let's hope this actually works. Okay, so it uploaded 10.3.3 to this phone, and it just booted into 12.5.7. That is good news, because that means I have two operating systems on here. Now I've basically just got to tell the phone, boot into 10.3.3 now. This should work. I don't know what just happened. Oh dear, what's happening? I don't know what's happening. Literally the script just ended. Oh boy, sending the RAM disk. That's good. Okay, it sent the RAM disk and then immediately rebooted 12.5.7. That is strange. Let's see if it even did anything. Like, I don't even know what it could have done. Okay. Now we're gonna have to start troubleshooting, because I honestly don't know what to do next anymore. I genuinely do not know what to do anymore. Okay, so I re-uploaded the whole thing, and then tried it again, and once again, it didn't boot into 10.3.3. It definitely is uploaded, because it was twice. One of the things I did see is first it was uploading to disk number 8, and the second time it went to disk number 9, which means 10.3.3 may actually be on here twice. Since obviously this thing isn't letting me boot the way I want to, I'm going to try using the original Semaphorin script. We're just going to cd into the actual script here, and then of course we're just going to grab the name, and then we can run this command, which is that, and then 10.3.3 boot. And let's just see what happens.
And it was right around here where everything in this video started to completely change. I was almost at the point of completely giving up and just saying this phone would never boot, but then it looked like it.
Wait a minute now. Is this genuinely 10.3.3?
And all of a sudden, this happened.
I've never seen this in my entire life. Okay, what? No way. I've never seen this on an iPhone.
The phone started doing really random things.
Okay, so doesn't look like it's connecting to any networks. What is this?
And then it started crashing.
It just resprung for no reason. Why does it keep doing this? This is a very interesting dual boot scenario we've got going on here. It won't actually let me add a fingerprint. It literally keeps respringing. This is a very unstable downgrade. Here I am entering my passcode. It literally will take anything.
I kept discovering things.
Confidential and proprietary call 877-595-1125.
I was speechless.
This is the strangest downgrade I have ever seen. What in the world? Dude, I've never seen a downgrade like this before. But it is indeed iOS 10. Okay. No.
And then things started going downhill for me.
Keeps respringing. Looks like this camera just died on me. Folks, I don't even know what to think about this.
Yeah, I said that about 10 times.
I genuinely do not even know what to think about this.
But then I discovered one last thing.
Okay, that's working. That stuff's working. The vibration's working. What? Typically, you get the volume up button. What? Oh my goodness.
So the conclusion I came to, this was just a highly jailbroken phone in order to be downgraded, and I ended up just filming the conclusion of this video explaining that, because that is genuinely what I thought.
I think someone tried to make this possible, but this honestly kind of feels like a fake iOS version to me.
But there had to be more to this, so I started to dig all over the internet, doing research on multiple different articles, watching several different videos, to try and see, was I really the only one who had an operating system like this? And then, I finally discovered it.
Okay guys, it's been a little bit. I've done a little bit of research to try and figure out what in the world did I stumble upon. I found out this is actually one of the most rare iOS versions in the world. Yeah, I'm not kidding. When Apple is testing the operating system, they have what's called internal iOS builds. Basically, with these internal iOS builds, they are literally for developer purposes only, which means that if something were to go wrong, they can run the internal builds on these test phones or whatever and test them out, figure out all the bugs and everything, and they come with a whole bunch of amazing customization features. That way they can eventually put those features in the public release of the iOS version, which means we have an Apple developer iOS build. Let me just show you internal UI builds. They're built for experimental features, internal apps. They're for development, debug. They're from the factory, and literally there's just a couple of screenshots. I mean, these are very, very rare, which means somehow Semaphorin gave us the internal version or the internal build of iOS 10.3.3. I don't even know how it got that, but that is incredible. Since it's an internal build, that's why it's unstable, because it's literally built for developing purposes only. Which is why, if I click this, you get a whole bunch of random options. So like here, you can see all these different things to test them out. Show continuity icon. Done. Go back to the lock screen. Look at that. There's the continuity icon. Look at that. iPhone is disabled. That's the blocked UI. That is crazy. Are you guys seeing this? That's what we stumbled upon. Which is crazy. Look at that. Notification 5. Message. Just to see what the notifications look like. That's what this is. This is essentially for an Apple developer to test to make sure everything works on this operating system. That's why all these things are here. And I was looking at them and I was thinking like this is not good. This is a bad operating system or whatever. But no, this is literally just an Apple developer operating system. And I can't tell you how happy I am to be the one who found this, because like I said, these operating systems are for Apple developer eyes only, which means like we should never see it. So the very fact that I can run a developer build on a public phone is crazy. Like that should not even be possible. This should never have even left Apple. This should not be on this phone. I should not be seeing this. So I'm not quite sure how Semaphorin, of all the testing scripts that I have found, got an internal iOS build on this device. Well, that is crazy, folks. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned a lot. Thanks for coming on this experience with me, because this was a blast. Now it's your turn. Go find something to fix. Catch you in the next one.